All right, so in the pack, we're gonna pull out everything. We got some decals that we need. A little yellow tube, a big white tube, and some instructions. They have pictures and everything. They have a list right here at the very beginning. You want to make sure that you have all the parts that are right there. Some of them are in this little bag right here. This has little punch outs for your fins. In this little bag. Always go through and make sure you've got everything that's on your list right here. So this is the streamer. This is the shock cord. You got a nose cone. You've got the little nose cone insert. You've got what's called the launch lug, which looks like a little straw. And you've got a little green ring. All right, so on this kit, what we're gonna first do is we're gonna take the long white tube. Right here on the instructions, you're gonna choose, do I wanna put on 3 fins, 4 fins, or 5 fins? It's your choice. That's part of what makes the Viking kit a great kit, is it gives you some choice. All right, so for me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do 4. So you take the tube, you stand it up on the circle. You take something to mark your tube with. And right here where the arrows are, you're just gonna make a little mark and do that. You're gonna hold it in place. You're just do that all the way around. All right, so that you've got 4 marks as you go around. They don't have to be straight, they don't have to be pretty. They just have to be there. And that's what's going to tell you where to put the fins when we're ready for them. All right, so on the same end where we marked the little marks, we're going to take a little bit of glue. In this case, there's a little punch right there. You take and you punch a hole to open your glue. All right, now this part might worry you a little bit. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put a little bit of glue on your finger. You're gonna stick that in there as far up as you can go, and you're gonna wipe it around. All right, and then you can put your top on your glue. All right, now you take the green ring, you're gonna put it right there. You're gonna take, this is a yellow piece, you're gonna use it to push the green ring up. All right, you're gonna leave a little bit of that yellow out right there. All right, so what you're doing is you're pushing that green ring up in there. And you're gonna pull this part out. It's very important, pull this part out. Now, this becomes trash. You don't need it anymore. Its entire purpose is to push that ring up in there. All right, and again, you want it on the end where you marked for your fins. Okay, then we're going to take a little bit of glue. We're going to put it on the inside of your nose cone. Again, you don't need much. Then you're going to take the little cap piece and you're going to put it on just like that. You're going to twist it a little bit just to spread the glue around, and you're going to lay it down and let it go. Okay, next, you're going to take some scissors. Right here on the instructions, there's this little trapezoid. We're going to cut that out. Don't worry, you're watching the video for instructions, and anything that gets cut up, you don't really need anyway. All right, so the next step, you're going to turn the trapezoid on the disc with the big end towards you, the little end with the one pointing away from you, all right? You're going to take your glue, You're going to put a thin line of glue on the paper, just like that. You're going to take the shock cord. You're going to put it right in the middle of that glue. Then you're going to pick up the trapezoid. See those dotted lines? You're going to fold it on those dotted lines. So that it does like that. And then you have to hold it until it dries. Well, it shouldn't take really that long. Or, if you're like me, you might have a clippy thing. You can just clip it on there and let it dry. All right, I chose to do 4 fins. So I'm going to punch out 4 fins. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th one is extra. I mean, the 5th one is extra, not the 4th one. Now, the great thing about these fins and this design rocket is you can choose how you want to put the fins on here. So you could put it like this, which is kind of the traditional way to do it. You can put them like this, which is not traditional, but kind of cool looking. You can put it like this, or you can put it like that. I do not recommend trying to do it like that. That is not good. There's not enough surface to keep it on there without ripping off. So we'll go with traditional. We're just gonna put it on like that. All right. So you can use hot glue for this part if you really wanted to. You make you a little line of glue, and basically stick it on there as straight as you can, and you have to hold it and wait for it to dry. And you do that for each one. And then you hit pause. So if the regular glue is not working fast enough for you, you can set it up with the hot glue. Same thing, you just put down your layer of glue. Get a nice little glob on there. And then put your fin in before it gets cold and sets. You have to be careful though, because the hot glue will slip and slide until it sets. And you can blow cold air on it to help it. Now, here's the thing about the hot glue. As long as you're using that weaker engine, the A8, hot glue is fine. But as you start moving up into the stronger engines, the hot glue may not hold as well. So you do have to take that into account. I would definitely use that A8 engine if you use the hot glue. This glue takes longer to dry, but it will stand up to the pressures of those stronger engines, whereas hot glue will not. So just keep that in mind as you build, whether that extra time to wait for that glue to dry is, you know, something you want to do, or if you want to go ahead for the quick and fast version with the hot glue, like I'm doing right now. When you do so, you want to make sure it makes a nice little cross. Oh. When it dries. Because if there's any angles in it, it'll make it go wonky when it launches. Which you may want. I don't know. You may think that's hilarious. Instead of going straight up, that it wobbles. And again, when I look down, I can see that green ring in there. that green ring is what keeps the engine from shooting out the top of your rocket. So please make sure that you put that green ring in there and that it is not at the top. That it's down here with the fins. All right. Now, for the next part, this part right here has dried. Took a little bit, but so I'm going to take some more of this glue. I will not use hot glue because I am not looking to burn my fingers. So I'm going to put more of this glue on the outside of that. Then I'm going to take this part and I'm going to slide it in as far as I can go. I'm going to use my little finger because my little finger will actually fit. And I'm going to push it down as far as I can reach with my little finger. And I'm going to glue it to the inside of that wall. I'm going to let that dry. All right, while I'm waiting, I'm going to come in between two fins, put a line of glue. And I'm going to put this little straw piece. I'm going to make it as straight up and down as I can get it. This launch lug, or little straw, is what will hold the rocket on the launch pad. You have to have that if you're going to launch the rocket. These little hot glue streams off. All right. And then the final piece is take this end and tie it. Well, actually, it's not quite the last, but you're going to tie this piece on to the nose. You have to be careful. You don't want to break the little rubber band called the shock cord. All right. And then lastly, you're going to take some tape. And you're going to tape this orange streamer to the shock cord. As best you can. And then you're done. Yay.